The Double RT Boxing Show. It's a nice 6:30 or whatever. It's something. It is 6:14 in the morning. It's a little turned my little dojo into an ice box. Now, Can 2 taking on Jesus Rojas for the regular WBA featherweight title. Interesting fight. It's like I said, this is the type of fight the Double RT Boxing Show is all about, folks. If you are a new viewer and your first time tuning into the show, thank you for giving the show a chance. You could join the 6. It is now the 6. Last time I saw, unless we lost a few folks, we're up to 618. So if you are a new viewer, help the show, help the fellow few go up to 1,000, get 1,000 subscribers. We appreciate that. Now, what we do here on the show, we talk the champions, we talk the rankings, 1 to 15, we talk the belts. And why I say this is what the show is about, you got the regular champion taking on number 2, Can 2, who is making his second stop on the show. We covered one of his fights, so we're vaguely familiar with him. So he climbed his rankings. He's all the way up to number 2. This is going to be interesting because even though he has I believe he might have the height on Rojas. I'm not too sure. I'm looking up his thing right now. I just don't know if Can 2 fought anyone as gritty as Rojas, because I think he has. Can 2, that is. I think he has the ability and the skills and the boxing technique to hang with Rojas. He's at 5'9", at 69-inch reach. Is Can 2. So he has 2 inches on height on him and 1 inch on reach. Does Can 2. Coming in at 15 with 2 losses and 2 KOs. Going against Rojas, who's 26-2, 2 draws and 19 KOs. Now you see right there, one number pops out is the KO number. And watching Can 2, these guys are somewhat of the same. They want to come forward and put pressure on you. Rojas does it more in a mind fuck way, dude. Like, I'm just gonna put heat on you. I'm gonna put pressure on you. It's that ugly, dirty pressure where he's hitting you border belt line, hitting you on the hip. The referee's telling you getting ready to break, and he's just tapping you on the head, tapping you on your body. He just doesn't, even if there's nothing wrong with it, but it's kind of like you see that unwritten rule a lot of times. Okay, break, and the referee's kind of yelling it from a distance, and the fighters are breaking. Rojas, a lot of times, he makes the referee come in there and break, get physically in there and separate. He doesn't break on the shouts. They would tell him, when I say break, like, no, get your ass in here and break us up, dude. We're fighting. And Rojas will make the ref get in there and break him up. And I don't know if Can 2, like I said, I don't know if it's just who he is. I don't know if it's their culture. I believe he's in China. He's a Chinaman. So I don't know if it's just from him being Chinese, if their culture is like, hey, the referee said break, I gotta obey him, just being polite the way they're raised. But I think the grit, the dirtiness, like I said, I don't want to say it's dirtiness, but that, it's just he's unpolished. He's a little rough and rugged, and with the like I said, I think Can 2 has all the shots. I like his jab. I like how he goes up and down with the jab. I like how he keeps it center. I think both these guys have decent feet work. I don't think any of them's gonna have the type of footwork to pop shot you and get on their bicycle. I think they both have this good foot just to hit, turn, keep it center. And doing that, I think Can 2 has the better footwork. I think Rojas is more of just a follower and not a ring cutter. I think Can 2 can make you reset your feet, spin you. I think he's a better footwork in that department. Defensively, I think Rojas rolls punches a little better, while Cantu has better waist movement, head. Like, he's not constantly in one spot, but when they're fighting, their heads are in the same spot. When they're throwing, they don't move off the line, and I think that's gonna put Cantu in trouble. When he's throwing, I think Rojas is gonna be able to throw one up there and hit him on his head. A part of me want to pick Cantu because I think he is the better boxer and the better footwork in this, but I just don't see him having the power and hand speed and just the work rate to keep Rojas off him. Like I said, the work rate he might have, I question it though, but it's not just the work rate, it's going to be the power to get Rojas respect and keep him off him. The only way I see Cantu winning this fight, he's going to have to start with a heavy ass body attack within like the first round. No, from round 1, round 2, a heavy ass body attack that keeps Rojas slowed down. And then, like I said, I think he has the footwork to spin him and keep him centered. And with the reach and height, I think he could win on points and possibly maybe just accumulation of a stoppage. But that's the only way I see Cantu. He's going to have to do a serious body attack. But I just don't see him having the power to keep Rojas off him. Rojas is going to get hit with something and just walk on in and start beating the shit out of his body. And I see, is he going to stop Cantu? Cantu's been knocked out twice before. No, he's never been. Has Cantu been knocked out? He has 2 losses and never been knocked out. His losses, the last loss was in 2014 against some guy making his debut. It was his 5th fight. So at that time he was 3-1 and he lost his 5th fight. Is he gonna get knocked out in this, or is he gonna get stopped or just lose? I say Rojas is gonna win this fight. I don't know how he's gonna do it, but like I said, part of me, I want to say Cantu is gonna win this, but I just don't think he has the punching power again to keep him off. We're going with and still regular champion Rojas by a split decision. I think Cantu is gonna show up. I'm your host, Mr.A. Again, if you're a new viewer, please subscribe. Get this show to that 1 triple dibble 0. Thank you.